I'm joined today by Christian Edwards, of course, coming off that viral knockout this past weekend, moved up to 2-0 at Bellator 233. Thanks so much for joining me, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for asking. First things first, obviously, we have to talk about the KO. Can you just walk me through during the fight? What sort of happened in that sequence? I mean, at what point did you realize the kick was there for the knockout?
Man, honestly, I just had a feeling, like he had a very square boxer's like stance, and they're not used to, boxers aren't used to blocking kicks, so it's like I felt like if he saw my leg raise, he probably would have tried to like, block to the body, which he did, and he just landed perfectly.
And is that something you've been practicing in training, that particular move, or is that just you saw the opening and you knew that maybe it was worth throwing something?
Well, above all, I saw the opening, but that is something that me and Coachman did work repetitively was like high kicks over the top with both legs, So.
And I do want to talk about your reaction. Obviously, the knockout happens. We get on social media, World Star Hip Hop, ESPN. Everybody's got the video everywhere. Your name's being put everywhere. What was your reaction when you first realized that it was going viral?
Man, I was just mind blown. Like as soon as I figured out that it was, I mean, ESPN is already cool enough, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. But I figured out it was on World Star, I was like, oh, dude, this
Yeah.
is like really cool, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I've watched World Star for a long time, so it's cool.
I assume when you see your video go viral, you start to look at the comments just see what people say. What kind of stuff did you see when you sort of look at the comments and look at the people's reaction?
I saw a lot of people giving me good feedback for sure. Like saying things like, "Man, what a kick! Perfect form." I think that's what John. And yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of negative feedback too, for sure. Like like people just saying like, "Oh, he's a pro debut," and that kid's a stud. It wasn't fair, blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know, like my pro debut, I fought a 3-1. You know what I mean? Like if you sign the contract, you sign the contract. Like you know the risk when you step into the cage. So, but it's not a big deal. Like I don't let it bother me. It's just you know people. People are gonna talk. Everybody's an expert in this until they actually get in the cage. You know what I mean? So, oh well.
For sure, it's kind of weird. People are mentioning it's his pro debut. I mean, this was only your second fight, so it's not like you're 7-0 fighting cans or something like that. I mean, you're still working on your professional career as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, where did you see the craziest comments? I assume World Star Hip Hop's got different people than ESPN. Where did you see the craziest comments about the knockout?
I definitely think the funniest one for sure I saw was on I think it was on ESPN. Somebody said that what did they say? They said that kick came all the way from 400 years ago or some shit like that. Like or something like that. It was funny. I thought it was hilarious. But that's definitely the funniest one I've seen. But I've seen some crazy ones. Like out cold and that's a dead body. And,
Yeah.
just funny stuff like that.
And so, what's your team telling you? As I mean, you go viral. I'm sure you're soaking it all in. You're enjoying it. What's your team telling you? I mean, are they telling you not to let it affect you? I mean, I guess stay humble or something like that. Are they telling you anything at all, or are they just telling you to kind of just enjoy the moment while you have it?
Yeah, they most of my people that I hang out with on a regular basis have just been telling me like, man, keep the ball rolling. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you might as well, all your fights in so quickly, you might as well just get right back in there. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, exactly. Why not? Like I want to be an active fighter. So I could probably fight again in February is what I'm thinking.
And so, did you get any benefits from? I guess your name gets posted everywhere, and everyone's talking about the knockout and everything. Did you see like a surge in social media and your followers, maybe even sponsors? Did you feel like this increased your fame a little bit and even your numbers online?
Yeah, I definitely think it increased my followers for sure because I got like well over 1,000 followers overnight. That night alone. You know what I mean? So, and I'm still getting more followers. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
And so I was talking to your manager, Rick Guerrero, who was kind of explaining to me what they were doing to help you build up your career, saying that you went to New Mexico from Oklahoma and all that stuff. Are you currently in New Mexico right now?
Yeah, I'm in New Mexico right now. Albuquerque for sure is my new home. Like Albuquerque's really grown on me. I like living in Albuquerque, and I couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
So you made the move full time to just stay in Albuquerque. I guess you can say at all times.
Yeah, Yeah, for sure. I mean, I go back, seasonally to visit, people back in Oklahoma that I know, but not often, like just special occasions mostly.
And so the opportunity, obviously, it's a big one. I mean, you get to go to a big gym, especially early on in your career. What was your reaction when they kind of came to you and told you about this opportunity? Send you out there, take care of your expenses. I assume when you're so young in your career, it must be like music to your ears hearing stuff like that.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. It was awesome. Like when Rick told me that he was gonna, put me on a scholarship and move me down here, I was mind blown. I was like, damn, like why me? Like
Yeah.
that was my initial question. And he was just like, man, he said you're promising. He said I can tell you're passionate about this. Like I see a bright future for you, and I'd be a fool to not take advantage of that. So he said whatever I can do to help, I'm here. I was like, cool. And he moved me out here July of 2018, I think. So um, yeah, just been here ever since.
And what was it like? I mean, moving to a big gym like in Jackson Wink, of course. You got the big coaches, Jon Jones out there, of course. Is it intimidating when you're so young in your professional career to go out there and make a move like this?
It was at first for sure. Like definitely the first like probably like 3 months that I was here, it was still kind of a new feeling. I felt like a fan almost. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
kind of like training with all these guys that I've been watching fight since I was like 13, and um, it was just once I got past that feeling of like, okay, these guys are they're human beings just like me. You know what I mean? Like it was just going to practice every day.
And so, do you feel a difference now? You're with an elite gym, you're with elite coaches. I mean, do you feel like you're learning faster than you have before? I mean, do you notice a big difference since you've been out in New Mexico?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. There's like there's levels to this. There's levels to this game, and like I'm always gonna be grateful to the original coaches that I had. You know what I mean? Like before I moved out here, because they did teach me, my base, which is Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. You know what I mean? Like I am good at Jiu Jitsu because that's my base, and I'm always gonna be grateful to them for that. But there's levels to this game. You know what I mean? And like um, Jackson Wink is just on a different level. I feel like it's it's just a whole different level of athletes, different level of coaches, different level of competition in general. So,
And speaking of that competition, a lot of people, when they talk about you, they're saying you're one of the main training partners with Jon Jones. What's it like training with someone who's in the conversation for potentially, greatest of all time?
it's cool, man. It's humbling. You know what I mean? Like he's taught me so much since I first got here. And I'm always gonna be grateful for that. Because there are some things that he's taught me that I still use. To this day, like in sparring and in wrestling and just in my fights in general. So um, I try to implement all the things that I've learned from like Coach Wink and Coach Jackson and uh, Coach Joey Villasenor, and you know, occasionally throw in things that I've learned with like other fighters like John or um, Diego Sanchez or you know Patchy mix. Just yeah, different things.
And so
Mix
now,
be a mixed martial artist, I guess.
for sure, we do know that you're with Bellator right now. Are you on a multi-fight deal, or is it right now kind of a fight at the time, a fight at a time? They kind of sign you per fight. I mean, what's it kind of look like right now?
I'm on a 5 fight contract with them, but I've had 2 fights with them so far, so I have 3 left.
And what's that like starting your professional career with Bellator like this? I assume it's got to be good for the job security and knowing that you get to start directly on a big stage. Is this beneficial for you?
Yeah, for sure. It's a great opportunity to build my name and like build my brand. Really, just be known as like a household name in mixed martial arts. Like this is a good start.
I mean, you mentioned building your name, building your brand. Obviously, you're off to a great start. I mean, we see you everywhere on our screens. What do you have to do at this point to kind of continue that sort of, I guess, hype you can call it? What do you have to do? Is it about getting back out there and fighting? Is it about using your social media in a certain way? I mean, what do you have to do to capitalize on that going forward?
Well, honestly, man, at the end of the day, you know what I mean. I'm a fighter. You know what I mean. That's why I like. That's the reason why I'm in this is because I like to fight. Like fighting is fun to me. So above all, I'm focused on my next fight. Really, like above social media, above interviews, above all that, I'm focused on my next fight. But yeah, I mean, the media is just a given. You know what I mean? So I always embrace the media because you know how I am about media. I love media. But no, I think that once I actually get news of a fight, like and get an official date, then it'll be all right. Chill on the chill on the social media, chill on the just everything, and just focus on training and fight camp. Like getting ready.
And I assume with a bunch of holidays coming up, you mentioned you wanted to come back in February. I assume it's got to be a good thing because you don't have to worry about cutting weight when we're going through, I guess Thanksgiving and all that stuff. I guess it's got to be like a good thing for you.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna definitely get carried away on Thanksgiving. That's for sure. Because I've been, I'm not a big light heavyweight. Like I walk around at like 220, but I still do have to watch what I eat when I'm in camp because I have to cut those few pounds that I have left. Like fight week. Like fight week, I'm usually sitting at about 210. Like
Oh yeah.
yeah, probably like 210, and so I have to watch what I eat. But now that I'm not doing that anymore, Thanksgiving, I'm gonna have some.
All right, and I have just one more for you. Like we said, we're looking at February to return. Is there an opponent you have in mind? Would you like next, or at this point, is it just whoever they give me? We'll just beat them up and move on.
Yeah, man, it's just whoever they give me. You know what I mean? Like whoever they feel I'm ready for. Like if they feel like I'm ready for um, a higher level of competition, then I'm okay with that too because I feel like I am. But if they want me to fight in Oklahoma one more time, then so be it. It's okay.
For sure. All right. Well, thanks so much for the time, man. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on the knockout. I'm going viral and everything. It's awesome for you to see. We look forward to seeing you back out there again, man.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you for your time.